Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Madam Siti Nur Azwati binti Abdul Razak and my fellow friends. We are Group 3 and today we are excited to present our finding on the financial accounting and reporting of a sole proprietorship. Let me introduce my team. I am Muhammad Sharafuddin bin Sulaiman and with me are Anika Susta binti Sudirman, Nur Alia binti Roslan, Nik Nur Hazwani binti Nik Kamarazaman, and Amalia Shahirah binti Azhan. Today we will take you through the complete journey of local business. We'll cover the business background, its characteristic, classify of business item, their recording process, and finally our analysis of their strength and weakness. And conclusion. Let me explain the business we chose. The company is Mira, a triple A Empire Econ Service. It is a sole proprietorship owned by Encik Rui Aziz, located in Bandar Pasir Putih, Kelantan. Encik Rui Aziz started the business on 1 June 2020 with a starting capital of 30,000 ringgit Malaysia. Currently, he has a small but efficient workforce of 3 people, which include himself and 2 technicians. His main activity involves account maintenance, servicing, installing, and selling spare parts. Okay, one of our group member conduct a site visit and interview the business owner. We observe the installing and servicing process and learn how the business record its income and expenses manually using receipt and WhatsApp confirmation. This experience help us relate the accounting concept in SEC 407 to a real sole proprietorship business. Now to explain how the business characteristic, I will pass you to Anika Susta.
Assalamualaikum and greeting to everyone. My name is Anika Susta binti Sudirman and today I will be presenting the business characteristic of Mira EE AAA Empire, which is structured as a sole proprietorship. In a sole proprietorship, the owner and the business are legally considered the same. This means the business does not exist as a separate legal entity and the owner's personal assets are tied directly to the business. This type of business is owned and operation by a single individual. The owner has full control over all decisions from daily operation to long-term strategies. All profits generated by the business go directly to the owners. This can be strong incentive for the owner to work hard and grow the business. The capital used to start and run the business is provided by the owner. This may come from personal saving or borrow funds, showing the owner's commitment and risk. Financial record in a sole proprietorship are usually straightforward. There is no legal requirement for audited accounts, making it easier to manage and maintain. One important point to know is that the owner has unlimited liability. This means they are personally responsible for all the debts and obligations of the business. If the business cannot pay its debts, the owner's personal asset may be used to the debt.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Alia binti Roslan and my matric number is 2025-473-482. And I am going to present about the classification of business item for Mirai AAA Empire Econ Service. There are several items that group into few categories to help us understand the financial position of this business. First of all, we will take a look at the non-current asset. Non-current asset means a long-term item used for more than 1 year in the business. For this business, they have service van, which they use for transporting tools, equipment, and to go to their customers' location for aircon servicing, installation, and etc. Other than that, they have air conditioning tools. For example, vacuum pump, manifold gauge, ladder, and tree. These items help support the daily operation of this business. Second, the current asset. The current asset means an items that can be converted to cash within 1 year. For this account service business, the current asset they have are account receivable and inventory. Account receivable is money owed by the customers that already received the service but have not paid yet. Meanwhile, for the inventory are items or tools such as spare parts, refrigerant gas, and filters. These tools are used for servicing and or sold to the customers. Next, we take a look at the liabilities. Liabilities represent the amount of the business owed to others. In this case, this business has account payable, means the money owed to suppliers. For example, spare part or material that used for account servicing that were purchased on credit for this business. Moving on to the owner's equity. Owner's equity represents the owner financial interest in the business. It shows how much the owner has invested in his own business. For this service business, the owner's equity includes the initial capital contributed by the owner itself, which is 13,000 ringgit Malaysia, and additional contribution will made whenever the business need an extra fund. Now for the revenue. The revenue is the income that earned through usually the main activities of the business. For example, this business earned through the sales of service and maintenance fees, which from cleaning, repairing, or even checking the aircon units. Other than that, they also got the sales from installation fees. That means that they install the new aircons at the customer's house, and they even got the sales from selling the spare parts like gas or filters. So they got the sales from that. Next is the expenses. Expenses is the cost that the business must pay to operate and generate revenue. This business expenses include the petrol and travel costs for going to the customer's location or houses. Next, we have the worker wage or allowance to pay the technician and helpers. Also, spare part use and tool maintenance for servicing or repairing the equipment. Aside from that, the general operating expenses for other daily costs needed for the business. Expenses help the business function, but they also reduce the profit of the business. So, by classifying these items correctly, the business can keep an accurate records and measure its performance, and even make better decisions for the future of the business. So this is the example classification of the real transaction for this business. The first one we see is receive 114 for servicing 2 air conditioning units that can be classified as revenue. The second one is purchase R13 to refrigerant gas for 90 ringgit Malaysia that can be classified as expenses. And the third one you can see is supplier invoice 200 ringgit Malaysia and to be paid later, that can be classified as liability. The fourth one is owner contributed additional 500 ringgit Malaysia and that can be classified as owner's equity. The fifth one is spare parts store for future jobs that can be classified as current asset, and the last one is service when used for daily operation and it can be classified as non-current asset.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nik Nazwani binti Nik Kamara Zaman, and I will present about accounting cycle of the business. As you can see on the slide, there are 6 cycles of the business. The first one is sources of document. Every transaction is supported with sources document like receipt and supplier invoice. WhatsApp job confirmation are used as proof for customer order. The second one is journal. Transactions are recorded daily in the journal using double entry system. The third one is posting to the ledger. Recording transaction from the journal are posted into respective ledger account like asset, liability, equity, revenue and expenses. Next is trial balance. Prepare periodically to ensure total debit equal to total credit. Adjusted trial balance. Adjustments are made for any accruals, prepayment or error before preparing financial statement. And the last one is financial statement. Preparation of statement of profit and loss and statement of financial position based on the adjusted balance at the end of the month. All this process help the owner track income, expenses, asset and liability accurately for decision making. The strength of recording process. First, simple and low cost system. Recording is done manually using a physical books. No system or software cost is required. Second, immediate record after each job. Transactions are written directly once payment is received. Reduce the chance of forgetting any transaction. Third, supporting document available. WhatsApp message and receipt are used as a proof of job and purchase. Easy to trace when information is needed. And the last is clear cash monitoring. Owner can easier check the cash balance and profit at the end every month.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amalia Syaira binti Azan 2022385985. The witnesses of this business recording process. First, limited accounting knowledge. Without formal accounting training, the owner may unintentionally make mistakes when recording income and expenses. Misclassification of transaction or incorrect calculations can lead to inaccurate financial statements. This lack of understanding also makes it difficult for the owner to determine the business actual profit or financial health. No backup data. Since all records are kept in a physical logbook, the business is at risk of losing important information. If the book is misplaced, damaged or destroyed, all financial records are permanently lost. The absence of a digital backup means there is no alternative source to recover past data, making it hard to track performance over time. Incomplete financial information. Some day-to-day expenses such as fuel, minor repair or small spare part purchases may be forgotten or not recorded. Missing these expenses result in incomplete financial data, causing the profit calculation to be inaccurate. As a result, the financial report may not reflect the real performance of the business, leading to poor decision making. Lastly, time-consuming manual process. Updating the record book manually requires additional time and effort from the owner each day. This process can be slow, repetitive, and prone to human error. The time spent on the manual recording could be used for other important business tasks, reducing overall efficiency. This is the way to overcome the weaknesses. First, use simple digital tools. The owner can transfer monthly income and expense totals into Excel or Google Sheets, allowing the system to calculate profit automatically with built-in formulas. Keeping photos of receipts, invoices, and daily records in a cloud folder such as Google Drive ensures that all financial information is backed up and accessible anytime. This simple digital step reduces errors, saves time, and provides clearer financial reports. Second, maintain a spare parts checklist. Creating a checklist for the spare parts helps the business track what items are being used, replaced, or restocked. This ensures that every spare part used in a job is recorded, preventing missing or forgotten expenses. Accurate tracking leads to a clearer understanding of costs and helps the owner manage inventory better. Last, assign a helper to assist record keeping. A technician or assistant can note down basic job details, spare parts used, and cost while working, reducing the chances of missing information. Sharing this responsibility removes some workload from the owner, allowing them to focus more on customer service and business operations. With shared tasks, the overall record keeping process becomes more organized and efficient. In conclusion, this project has given us a clearer understanding of how a sole proprietorship operates in a real-life business practice. We learned how daily financial transactions are recorded using a simple and low-cost manual system, which is suitable for small businesses. Through this experience, we were able to recognize the key characteristic of a sole proprietorship and the importance of keeping accurate financial records. Overall, this project has strengthened our basic accounting knowledge and highlight how proper record keeping can help prevent losses and support better decision making in managing a business. That's all from us. Thank you.